Okay, we're here at the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with late model driver Ricky James. He's going to be driving the number 23 car this weekend in the Fall Classic. So we just want to hear your story, Ricky.
Just in case it's going woo. Alright, well, my name's Ricky James, like Bob said, and 21 years old. Came from racing motocross. That's basically my background. My dad got me into it. My cousin's Mike Metzger, and he's a freestyle motocrosser, and it's kind of where my whole family comes from, is dirt bikes. And started racing young. My dad kind of held me back racing until I got a little bit older, until I was about 13. So when I had a chance to go pro when I was 16, I was still fresh. My body wasn't worn out. I was still motivated in it. So at 16, I was training the hardest I was training, and I was about to go pro later in the year. And unfortunately, I had an accident, had a crash at Lake Whitney, Texas, and broke my back. Ended up being paralyzed from my chest down. So I had paralysis. I'm T7 paraplegic, and so basically, like I said, I was coming up racing. I was homeschooled. All I wanted to do was race. Got cut short of my goal of turning pro in motocross. I was just got an American Honda ride, and I was doing good, doing well for how little time I had compared to the guys I was racing. So, unfortunately, my determination, motivation to race just got cut short. So these past 4 years, I've been trying to find something to race. You know, my drive never went away. Just my ability to race a dirt bike like I used to went away. So got back on a bike and just started riding again, and competed in the Baja 500, and did a couple backflips in the foam pit, and rode in the X Games on my dirt bike, and kind of showed that I had the capabilities to ride and to go fast still, even though I'm in a wheelchair. And my dad stepped up and bought me a West Coast Pro truck, which is now a Southwest Tourer truck.
That's what Dalton was driving too?
Yeah, Dalton Kuhn. He drove last year and won the championship this year. We were teammates last year, and his dad, Dean, helped me out and helped me win the championship the year before Dalton. And I wouldn't even make things close without Dean. Me and my dad have no idea how to set these things up. We're motocrossers, but we are racers. So with the help of Dean and my motivation, my dad's support, we're getting along pretty good now. We're in the late model series. That was my goal, is just to get through the truck series as fast as I could and move on. And same with this. I want to do as good as I can, as fast as I can, and move on.
So do you race this car at Irwindale this year?
I have once, and we're still shaking it down. The hand controls, the engine. My dad put in the fuel cell backwards, so we had some engine problems there for a while, but we figured it all out, and then once we finally got it to where we wanted it, and I was happy with it, and we were third fastest in practice the last race at Irwindale, and then I put it in the wall. Yeah, I was bummed. Of course, that happens right when everything gets, pretty close to perfect. We rebuilt it, put a new front clip on, but it's all brand new now, and haven't driven it since. Came out here and doing well here now.
So how difficult is it to drive the car without using your legs?
I don't know. I'm kind of used to it. Like I said, I got her when I was 16, so it's kind of how I'm used to driving the car. Dirt bike was different. I had to adapt to that. With driving the car, I don't really know what it's like to drive with my feet, really. I did for a couple, 6 months, but it's kind of all with my hands. I know I'm used to it. So it's an outfit setup that my dad came up with. Push the steering wheel for brake and the throttle ring for throttle. It's good. I have both my hands on the wheel now. My West Coast Pro truck, I had hand control. Gas brake with one arm, and then I had the steering with the other arm. So it's kind of shaky going through the corners, trying to, finesse it. So now with two hands, I've never driven the car with two hands before, so it's really nice. And like I say, be more precise with it and more controllable.
Do you have any problem with any of the other competitors or officials or anything?
No, not in this series really. Everyone's really supportive so far, and hopefully they respect me, as a racer, not a guy in a wheelchair. I want to be a racer that's in a wheelchair, not a guy in a wheelchair that races, It's happened, but I'm still a racer, and, with these hand controls, I don't think I'll be held back with the controls, and, as soon as I start doing good, I'm sure there'll be some complaints, but, it'll be good. But I also race, in, the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series in Super Light and with SoCal Super Trucks, and they're kind of complaining about my shifting because it's a 4-speed manual transmission, and I have to have electronic. I can't do everything with that. I have gas, brake, shifting and clutch with one arm, and steering with the other arm. And people are saying, I've been banned from my shifting. Well, come on, I have to pull a tear off with my third arm somehow. So but I've won 3 out of 4 races and got second in the other. So if you're winning, no one's happy with you.
How difficult is it to get in and out of the car?
It's not hard at all. I have a little flip-down door, which doesn't hinder with the structure of the car at all. It's just fiberglass work. So that makes it a little easier for me to get in and out. And my upper body's strong. I use it every day. Getting out of bed, getting out of the shower, getting out of my car. I'm just strong up top, and I know techniques how to get out now. And honestly, I'm probably not too much slower than the average guy getting out of the car if there is a fire. That's the main concern. But my controls come off just like everybody else's. My controls work off the same pedals as everybody else's. I get out pretty quick.
Let's go over and take a look.
Right on.